2024 ended, well, 2025 started with a bang, literally. I was gonna say 2024 ended in a bang, but this happened literally yesterday, I believe. Because I was talking to my brother, well, to all of my brothers, um, and I have a brother that lives in Vegas, and he literally, after this happened, send a group the video. So if you didn't know, um, in Las Vegas, right in front of the Trump Tower or the Trump Hotel, there was a Cybertruck parked right outside, and someone detonated it. I believe the person inside of it died. Hopefully, nobody else got harmed though. But I believe they evacuated. Um, they had to evacuate. But I don't know. Is this symbolic of just like, I don't know, someone's hatred for Trump and Elon or something? Because like it is a Cybertruck, but it is Trump Tower as well, or Trump Hotel. So maybe it's a symbolic message, or maybe that's the message that, I don't know. Maybe it's motivated by hatred of the two. But damn, I don't know. Maybe it's a sign for Elon to reinforce it. I know it's like everything proof, but maybe explosion proof. Maybe you can work on, I don't know, reinforcing it a little bit. Um, I'm glad nobody else got hurt. Um, Also, I don't even know. Can I even show the video? Because someone died, and it is a terrorist attack. So I'm gonna err on the safe side and not show it. But that's basically what happened. This is literally the moment before it happened. So yeah, if you want to watch the video, find it yourself. But I'm not gonna play it just in case. What I will do though is I'll watch this news coverage about it, because I heard they're making connections between this attack and a different attack. Um, I don't know if it's the attack that happened in New Orleans. So someone in a pickup truck ran over a bunch of people in New Orleans, and I believe there was 30 injured and 10 death. Maybe it's different now because the death rate or the death toll climbed. But yeah, let's take a look at this video.
We have new video.
Get rid of
just
the
in of a Tesla
gruesomeness
Cybertruck that
before.
police say was intentionally detonated outside of the Trump International Hotel.
Okay,
in
they
Las
showed it
Vegas.
anyways. Cool.
This is, as
If I get banned,
being
I'm banned.
investigated as a possible
That's
act of terrorism.
crazy.
As of right now, our number one goal is to ensure that we have the proper identification of the subject involved in this incident. Following that, our second objective is to determine whether this was an act of terrorism or not.
I'm s- I'm sorry to say. I have to mention it. I have to mention it. I'm sorry. It has nothing to do with this explosion or anything. But is I'm genuinely not saying this to be offensive or insult, but is this a result of just so many plastic surgery and stuff like that? Because if you look at her face is like, it's, I don't want to say it's tight. That doesn't sound right. But the poor woman can't even blink. Like, look at her blinking. Look at her blink. I'm going to rewind. And again, I don't mean to insult, but I'm genuinely curious, because I know sometimes when you get a lot of procedures and surgery done, when you grow old, it's unnatural. Well, it's unnatural anyways, but it can happen. It can happen. So I'm just wondering. I just couldn't, like, my brain. I don't have a filter. Okay, it was an intrusive thought, and maybe I shouldn't have said anything. But just look. The poor woman can't even blink.
Is to determine
Look at her
whether
try
this
to
was an
blink.
act of
Look,
terrorism or not.
you see that?
I know everybody's interested in that word and trying to see if we can
She
say
can't
this was a
blink,
terrorist
dude.
attack.
Her eyes doesn't shut all the way. It doesn't shut all the way. I'm genuinely not only curious, but I'm a little concerned.
That is our goal, and that's what we're trying to do.
It's like she's 100 years old, but her face is like 35.
All right, CNN Chief Law Enforcement
Look,
and Intelligence.
did you see that? Okay, I know you guys are gonna judge me for saying it, okay? But judge CNN. Did you see that freeze frame right there? I'm a reel it back a bit. Look at
Our goal, and
look
that's
at
what
the
we're trying to
end.
do.
Look. Literally, I know I paused the video, but this is the last sight you see. Look at her eyes. They're not shut. They should be fully shut. And look. Do you see? They can't. You can't. It's like that. That can't be. Ah, man.
All right, CNN Chief Law Enforcement and Intelligence Analyst John Miller is with us. CNN Law Enforcement Analyst and former Secret Service Agent Jonathan Wackrow is with us. We're gonna
Also,
dig into a lot of different
these
things
dudes
right, now.
right here
Just
with
what's the
them
latest on
spectacles,
the
with
Las
those
Vegas
glasses.
Well, Las Vegas
Gee, no wonder they're analysts, dude.
As they get deeper into the profile of
Their
the
eyes are
individual
like
who rented the
magnified
vehicle. Now, let's go
times
full circle
100
for a second.
with those
They
spectacles,
believe
dude.
they know who rented the vehicle, but they are not 100%.
Okay, I'm
certain
gonna be
that's the
serious
person
for the
who's in
rest of this.
vehicle because that body, because it's badly burned, has not been identified. But the renter, like the
Can't
New
you do, like,
Orleans,
dental
suspect, is
identification?
military background, but not former military. He's active duty military with 19 years plus of service, and he's part of Special Forces Command.
That's crazy.
He is highly trained in.
So I really wonder what the motive is
electronic
then.
Measures for bomb detection, intelligence operations. He would be one of the most sophisticated in terms of training people in the Green Beret.
Holy.
Just so we're talking about these two different things. The similarities are both rental electric
I'm
vehicles
actually-
from this Turo place, both military.
I'm surprised by look at this. This is aftermath. And look at how intact maybe I was wrong. Maybe he doesn't have to reinforce it. Jesus Christ. This is actually I wouldn't say in good shape, in decent shape, but I'm actually surprised. Like, if this was just a regular ass car, there would be no car at all. But it actually held up pretty. I mean, also, like, yeah, what is the motive? 19 years in the military, special forces. Like, what is the ideology or like cause for someone to do this? Because I know, like, if it's an act of terror or like a terrorist attack, usually it's related to, I want to say religion. Can you even say religious ideology? No, it's not. It's just, I don't know, man. Like, you have to strongly believe in a cause or in an idea in order to first of all sacrifice your life, because the dude literally died blowing himself up. But like, I don't think I believe in anything that strongly. Like, whoa.
Rental electric vehicles from this Turo place, both military backgrounds, explosives in both trucks. Both attacks happened on New Year's in tourist locations.
Oh, New Orleans
That's right.
attacker.
And
Yeah.
that is why they say we can't eliminate the possibility that they're connected. And yet, if you look at New Orleans, where he does 5 recordings apparently in the dark as he's driving, towards Louisiana from Texas, he's talking about family problems, financial problems, his life coming apart at the seams, and that he's joined ISIS, and that's why he's doing this. If you look at Las Vegas, so far,
That's
it appears
crazy,
that they don't have
dude.
communications or a clear motive from the individual who's in that truck.
All right.
But I heard that, yeah, the guy who did the New Orleans attack, he was in the military as well. He served years in the military. Okay. He used those funds from the military to get a degree. But also, from what I seen, he's a real estate agent. so I don't know. But then he just said that there was videos of him talking about how messed up his life is, so he joined. What is going on, dude? Like, his shit's so fucked up that, I mean, there's no excuse for any of this, really. No matter how bad your life is. But Jesus Christ, dude, it's unfathomable, like, to me.
So, Jonathan Wacker, right now we have warrants being executed in New Orleans at Airbnbs, in
Also,
Houston at the home of the New Orleans
why
attacker,
like,
I guess in Colorado at the home of the person tied
why
to the
choose the
rental vehicle in
locations?
Las Vegas attack.
Like,
We're 24 hours
Las
in.
Vegas,
What's
New
taking
Orleans?
so long here in this search process?
Is there
The
more?
search process needs to operate in different phases. One, you have to actually go to the court to get those warrants themselves. You have to swear out in front of a magistrate and make sure that the legal process and the legal justification
I need
for
water,
going into
man.
these
I
locations
need water.
is validated. From there, it's not like what you see on television where the police just rush in and look for items of evidentiary value. What they actually have to do is, because we have explosives that are involved here, you have to first make sure and focus on officer safety and scene safety.
Also, can
So
we
what's
have a
going on
fucking
is,
year where there's no
explosive
attacks?
technicians
Just
are
please,
going into
please.
these sites first, not looking for items of evidentiary value, but ensuring that there's no primary explosives, that there are no booby traps, that it is safe for the investigators to go in and then conduct a very methodical search for everything that's on that warrant and anything that's within plain sight that is of evidentiary value that can be used to then piece together, to really find a motive and the intent for these different attacks.
And again, one of the things John Miller pointed out right there, in New Orleans, you do have this trail of radicalization. In Las Vegas, we don't even have a name yet, so we don't have anything like that just yet.
Yeah, we don't have a name, and we also, like, the targeting locations of both are different, right? Because one, you had a known event.
What are the chances that they know each other from the military? Like, did they surf together?
Where you knew from a targeting standpoint that if I launch an attack there, the likelihood of high casualties was going to be there. The secondary at Las Vegas is a different construct. 9:40 on, or 8:40-ish on New Year's morning in Las Vegas.
That's a good point.
Not a lot of people there, so you're not really launching an attack. While it is an iconic site, it is a site like because it is the former and
It's the Trump Hotel.
Trump Hotel. That there is significance there, but in terms of causing damage, and then the second part of that, and John and I were talking beforehand, is what we know potentially of the driver of the Cybertruck with the military background using low-order explosives, basically gasoline and black powder pyrotechnics, is not going to give you the blast radius that you need in the overpressurization
Yeah, but
to cause damage to
then
the building
again,
or
if
damage
it
to others nearby.
Also, something about the behavior of
if
the truck beforehand.
if he
John,
was
you were
trying to
talking
send a message,
He gets
them,
into
like
town,
I said,
and
Trump
the town
Hotel
agents have
and
license plate
Cybertruck,
readers to
Elon,
track him through Las Vegas from the
maybe
moment
he
enters
wasn't
town.
looking to do
But also from Tesla, every place
damage
he
to
stops, driving
casualties.
from where he started in Colorado Springs to charge that vehicle till he
But
gets
the
to
other
Las
guy
Vegas.
did.
So they've got a
So
good
I
timeline.
don't know,
He
dude.
spends about an hour driving around the strip. He stops at a motel along the way for a period of time. But an hour before the explosion, he enters that driveway with his vehicle and does a slow pass around past the valet people and everything. And you have to ask yourself, what's he doing? To Jonathan's point, is he saying, it's 7-something in the morning and there's not a lot of people here. I'm going to come back in an hour and see if there's a bigger crowd. Or is he just doing his reconnaissance as a military operator would, which is who stops you where am I going to place this so it's going to be so the
I think it was more reconnaissance, honestly.
right under the Trump sign.
I
We don't
think it
know
was
what the
more
symbolism
reconnaissance.
that they were going for in this attack was, but I mean they're looking at all of that. The idea that he drove through an hour beforehand is suggestive.
So we were 24 hours into
But
this,
also,
almost
it's easy.
literally in the Las Vegas thing, a
It's
little bit
easy
more
to
than you
analyze
What do you think the
after
next big piece of information will
than
be, or
before.
what's
Like, you always
reasonable to
hear,
expect that we could learn soon?
right?
Well, we're gonna start-
People could have seen him and driving around for an hour and circling before that went off, and they should have raised red flags. But you never hear about that. You always hear about afterwards, like, hey, Well, he was driving around for an hour and nobody thought anything. Nobody wanted to check. Like in the moment, ain't nobody paying attention, dude. I mean, Teslas are I mean, unless he's driving around with his trunk open, but Teslas are very common, especially over there. My brother has a Tesla, but I don't know. Like it's crazy though. Like I guess we're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to wait and
We're
see.
going to start understanding, from the localities of, both attackers, their residences in Houston and other locations. What can we garner from that, right? And I think, we have more information, more direction with the New Orleans attacker as opposed to Las Vegas right now. But that will change once we, identify the body, once we get these items of evidentiary value, we start piecing together, and trying to, figure out what is the motive here, what is driving both of these attacks, and are they connected? We have some threads here of connectivity, but again, the way that these attacks
I wouldn't say some. Like there's
signals some sort of differentiator.
I mean, how long could it take in Las Vegas to get some kind of confirmation, one way or the other, of ISIS?
It seems like they're of
Well,
the same background.
If ISIS is going by its own playbook, they would have, if they recruited these people online, they would have obtained martyrdom videos from one or both of them. We've got clues from the self-made videos from the New Orleans attacker, which tells us a lot, but nothing yet from the Las Vegas piece. But ISIS could come out with their own communique if they're connected that way, or we could see something completely different. I mean, as Jonathan points out, there's two critical factors here, which is who are they working for, if anybody? How were they recruited? The second factor is who else might have been involved. We're seeing signs of that in Las Vegas. In New Orleans. We're not seeing signs of that yet in Las Vegas.
I got to say, this was a great discussion. Leaving it with more questions in some ways and answers and perhaps bigger unknowns than I anticipated. We'll check back in with you throughout the day. Obviously, a lot more to learn here.
That is crazy. I don't know why. Like I get it. They want to get down to the to take preventative measures or whatnot in the future. Like why? What was the motive? Like what drove them to do that? Like obviously they always look for like the cause, the motive, right? The cause. But why didn't he say? Should we be concerned? Like, should we not be concerned, or should we be concerned if there's possibly future or more attacks? I don't know, right? Because he didn't mention that. It is probable that there could be other locations. If they maybe they'll think that, like, if they figure out they're both connected, but I don't know, man. That's crazy. Now imagine Tesla. Imagine. Is it even possible? Because I know, like Teslas, they have sensors, they have cameras, they record. But like, let's say someone tries to do damage to your vehicle or tries to break in. Like, there's like video evidence of the perpetrator trying to do that. But imagine like your Tesla, like you see how the guy that was driving the pickup truck made those videos basically just talking about whatever his life. Now, can a Tesla record video constantly and have it in a server, like in a backup, where like let's say something happens like this, and even though the guy didn't record something, Tesla can access that server and see what the guy was talking about, if anything, or what he was doing before it happened. Like, I don't know. It's crazy though. It's crazy. There's no good reason or explanation. I mean, yeah, there's no good reason to ever do that. No matter what ideologies you have or how strong they are. There's there's no reason to do those types of things. But anyways, we are going to move on